Hello everybody! Welcome back to Code Shots with Profanis. In today's video, we will continue exploring the compatibility of reactive forms and signal forms. Specifically, we're going to explore how to reflect the form field state to CSS classes. It's a very well-known practice with reactive forms, so without any further delay, let's get started and see how to implement this in signal forms. This is the form that we're going to explore, where it's no more like a user registration form where we have the username, the age, street, number, and postal code. And please note that this was the user registration form that we used also in the previous video. What is special with this form is that the username and age, they are signal form fields, whereas street, number, and postal code, they are reactive form fields. So let me go to VS Code and see what we have here. So this is my user form where I'm using the combat form. If this is new to you, I highly encourage you to check this video, where I have the username, I have the age, and then I have the contact details, where it has actually a form group, a reactive form group. So let's now go back again to browser and see what we have here. If I touch now the username, we can see that we have this error message. This field is required. And please note that all the fields are required here. So if I do now the same thing, with age, we can see that we have the same message, this field is required. I can do the same thing with street. I can do the same thing with number and postal code. If you look closer, there is a difference between the signal form fields and the reactive form controls. The difference is that these three form controls has a border. If I inspect now the element, let's go to the street, we can see that the input has, let's go to the classes, we have the ng pristine, we have the ng invalid and ng touched. And here I also have my custom rule. I have my custom rule for ng invalid and ng touched, where I'm just applying a red border. Nice. So if I now inspect the username, we can see that here we have just the input type text, placeholder, the name, no CSS classes. And this is what we would like to explore. So let's now go back to VS Code and I will do the following. I will go to my app config, and under my providers array, I would like to provide my signal forms config from package Angular form signals. So let's have that here. And if I go now to the definition of this one, we can see that it has a config. So let's go to the config, and it accepts the classes object. And the classes is a map of CSS class names with a predicate function. So here we can have, for example, the ng invalid and then a predicate function that returns true, which means that whenever we have true, this class will be enabled. So let's do that. So for example, I would like here to have my classes, and for my classes, I would like to have my ng invalid, something like that, and I want here to have just my invalid without the exclamation mark. So without doing any other change, just by having this one, so let's now go to the browser to see what we have. And what I would like to do is immediately to inspect the username. And we can see that indeed we have the class ng invalid. And we can continue doing this for the rest of the classes. And I mean for invalid, touched, untouched, and so on and so forth. Instead of doing that, we can just utilize something already made by the Angular team. And this is the ng status classes. And this is from the package Angular form signals combat. We can see that here. And this has all the classes that we want to have. And actually it has all the classes that we used to have with reactive forms. So let's go to the browser, and before we see what is happening here, let me open the second tab, which is under the combat package. And here we can see that we have the ng status classes. And it provides the ng touched when the actual form field is touched, ng untouched whenever we have, of course, the reverse thing of touched, ng dirty, same thing, ng pristine, not dirty, ng valid whenever this is valid, ng invalid whenever this is invalid, and ng pending whenever this is pending. So just by having this one, we expect now to have all our classes. So let's inspect the username, and we can see that we have the ng untouched, ng pristine, and ng invalid. And if I touch that, we can see now that we have ng pristine, ng invalid, and ng touched. And this corresponds to have the actual border, the border that I decided to have to my project. And we can see that under my styles, I have just this kind of simple rule, where I'm just going to have a red border. And of course, we can provide our own classes as well. So let's give that a try. So I would like to have this kind of classes. And you know what? I would like also to have, my ng invalid. I don't need to have dot here. When I would like to have my control invalid, and I know that this is a signal, that's why I have to invoke that. And now, if we go to the browser, we expect to have also my ng invalid. So let's go there, and we can see here that we have ng touched, ng pristine, ng invalid, my ng invalid. Just by using the provide signal forms config, we can reflect the form field state to CSS classes. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and do not forget to subscribe and click the ring bell. See you in the next video.